The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Feel all broke up, ain't sleep all night. My body's aching, no appetite. Scratchy throat, runny nose too. Got to see my doctor, it could be the flu. Oh doctor, if I got the flu, then that's understood. He said open your mouth wide, say ah. You've got all the symptoms of the flu thus far. I got the flu. I got the flu, I got the flu. Doctor, tell me what to do. I got the flu, I got the flu. Oh, doctor, please tell me what to do. Wait. He checked my pulse. He sound my chest, said drink plenty liquids, be sure and don't forget. Check my pressure, he checked my glands, said take this injection, sure you understand. He wrote a prescription, prescribed for me. He said down the road there's a local pharmacy. You ain't so good, I must confess. Take your medication and get lots of rest. I got the flu. I got the flu, doctor, I got the flu. Tell me what to do. Oh, I got the flu. I got the flu. Oh, doctor, doctor. Boy. Now there's a bush doctor. Live down in the creek. His name is Ricardo, but they call him Rick. He boiled a concoction and said to me, drink it all down and you'll be flu-free. He said, some lard and banana leaf.
Good morning this morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Y'all hear that song? Now look here, I got two nurses in the studio and they refuse to put on their headphones to listen to the bush medicine music. I was rowing them. I say, I have my own medicine. They say, listen, we are trained, ma'am. We are specialists at this nursing thing. Sometimes all y'all doing is trying to nurse common sense, but it ain't working. Anyway, today I have joining me representatives from the Department of Public Health's Nurses Month Committee, and they are telling us what's on the schedule for next month. I'm very excited to have them in studio today. They don't know I bring my own bush medicine to the studio today with me. In celebration of the Guardian Talk Radio's 13th anniversary, I made some blue tea for the staff members at the station. And the blue tea is definitely blue. It's made from a local flower that grows locally. This flower is an edible flower. So you could make your salads fancy and pretty. You could use it as a garnish on your fancy quiche. All quiches is egg pie with cut up vegetable, but when you put the flowers on it, it's fancy. Then we take that blue flower, we make iced tea with it. When we add citrus to it, it turns pink and red. And then we make sorbet, we make lemonade, we make iced tea, we make vegan coconut milk blue ice cream and blue popsicles. And then we go into the lab and we take the water from the flower and we put it in a hair tonic. and we put it in a hair conditioner. We put it in a body lotion. We put it in all kind of thing. And then sometimes when I feeling dead fancy, and I want to serve conch salad to the queen, that's Lila Green, the queen of my house, we take the blue liquid and we dye the salt blue. And we take the beet water and we dye some of the salt with that. And so it looked like beach sand, and then we get the blue sand, and then we put the conch salad right on a bed of the sands. All of these things are available locally. But you see these nurses? These nurses are here to make sure that we're doing it properly. Make sure we're treating our body properly. So I can tell you this one more time. Before you drink bush medicine, especially if you're on medication already, you must talk to your nurse and your doctor about it. If your nurse is closer to you, you go to the nurse first. Nurse, are you on this med, this med, this med? Boy, I like drinking this thyme tea. Could I drink this thyme tea? Just like that. Just like that. Anyway, it's going to be an exciting weekend this weekend. It's our last weekend before the big Easter holiday. 4 days off. So get your rest this weekend so you could pop a holiday weekend. Make sure you're taking care of your body. So joining me in studio are nurses from the Department of Public Health's Nurses Month Committee. I have Ms. Trinika McCarty, and I can call all the letters behind her name, NO1CHNRMRN. And I have also in studio with me Nurse Flowers RN. They're going to tell us a bit about nursing, and then we're going to get into the long list of activities scheduled for Nurses Month and as we approach Nurses Month. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, outside of y'all being nurses, tell the audience something about yourself.
Well, as for me, I'm also the president of the National Breastfeeding Association. I am a proud mother of 3 handsome sons, and I love talking.
There you go. Nurse Flowers?
Hi.
Right into the mic.
Flowers. And I'm the nurse at the Linden International Airport. So yes, there are nurses as you travel abroad and as you come back home.
Well, look here. So I didn't even know, because one of the things I'm going to ask is, how many types of nurses are there? And what is the field? Like, what's the scope of careers that I could take up?
Well, guess what? They are vast. There are many. First of all, I would like to say we have the basic first nurse. That's the registered nurse or the staff nurse. I must also say we have a nurse that would work under her who trains for just about 18 months. And she has to obtain a 5 BJCs to get into UB or into school, and she would get a diploma in nursing.
Okay, so you would start.
TCN. No, TCN is a lower rank. Okay, the TCN, the trained clinical nurse. That's the nurse who wears the white with the red stripe across a cap.
Okay.
Okay, she would work along with the RN.
Okay.
And then the ones that we are both registered nurses, staff nurses, and this is the one what most people aspire to be, and they go up the rank and they have specialties in that.
Okay.
So in that we have after we have the registered nurse who does her basic training to get in. Anyone interested? To get into nursing, you have to have 5 BGCSEs with math and English included in it. And of course, any other subjects after that. I would also like to say, not just being an RN, you can aspire and specialize in midwifery, that's dealing with delivering babies. You can also specialize in renal nursing. We have a program that we do renal nursing, people who are on dialysis. We do that here in the Bahamas. We have nurses who deal especially with elderly people, gerontology. We have nurses that deal like me. I'm also a community community health nurse. Okay. That's what I am as well. Okay. Also,
what's a community health nurse?
A community health nurse, that's the nurse who wears the pin feather uniform with a little pill cap.
Yeah.
And we go into the homes and help check on the mother with the baby.
Okay.
And we go and do community assessment, check out the area, check nurseries. We do nursery
So
visits.
like if there's a suspicion of a case of hand,
Yes.
foot and mouth
Yes.
disease,
Yes.
you say, okay,
Yes.
this the community that this school is in, a number of kids from the community go to the school. And
That's
then you-
right. And we will liaise and nip that issue in the bud. We will have to close down, get authorization. That school will have to be closed down. The children will have to be accounted for and treated. And we will notify the government, and all of that will be done.
Okay.
Okay. So community nursing has many facets in it. We also have other areas that nursing can be in. We have ophthalmology, meaning dealing with the eye, a specialist in this also. And we also have psychiatric nursing. We do that right here in the Bahamas. But any other type of nursing specialties, you would have to go abroad for those.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so, and then I just listening, nursing is not just about being in a hospital.
No.
Thank you. That's why we are here, Department of Public Health. We are here because we deal with prevention. We deal with preventing people from having to go there. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
That's why we are in the Department of Public Health. We want to avoid them to have to go there. So we treat things as they come, and so they don't get as bad, so they don't have to be hospitalized.
All right,
Okay.
preventative services.
Prevention.
Okay, now-
Take care of yourself.
Nurse Flowers, you work at the airport.
Yes, I do.
How many people said to you, man, good day, Nurse Flowers, I have a whole private jet and I'd like to hire you to travel with me, my family or my staff, as we go around the world?
Well, just like Sister McCarty would have said, there is many facets of nursing. So I would fall under infectious diseases. So we actually screen our borders to make sure that there are persons coming into our country healthy.
Listen, every once in a while, I forget that we're a real country.
Yes, we are.
Right? You hear like I think there's a country in Asia that's so concerned about infectious diseases and the spread of HIV.
Yes.
I think they may have a vibrant gray market business. So they know that they have an issue with sex tourism,
Yes.
right? And so they have a preventative measure. When you get to the border, to enter the country, you have to submit to being tested.
Yes.
And if you are found to have any of these, they very politely say, we're sorry that you can't enter the country. They have a quarantine station
Yes,
if
we
it
do
is
as well.
required. And then they arrange for you to be returned home after being treated or assessed to determine if this is infectious or if it's at an infectious stage,
Yes.
how they will return you home, whether they need to keep you in quarantine for a period to determine safety of the patient and other people.
Around you.
And we have one of those too.
Yes, we do. We actually do. We have a quarantine trailer as well. So we actually quarantine patients. So we don't just let you think that there's just sunshine and sea here. We actually care about your safety. So, like you said, if we do suspect something, we do a major turnaround.
Okay.
And if we turned you around, we say, hey, we just need to let you know that we need to protect our borders, but we'll hope to see you soon.
You ever been to Trinidad?
No, I haven't.
I was going to Trinidad one time and I was singing that song, I Have a Tabanca. Soca Tabanca. You know what Tabanca is? That's soca fever. Right? Like you so excited for carnival.
Right.
You catch a fever. I singing that song and the agent at the airport, they was killing themselves laughing at me, right? And then I realized, because I sing and I got soca fever, and they's getting ready to ask me if I need assessment. Right? Because they say the foreigners singing, I have a tabanca.
Yeah.
Right? And they know what it means. It means fever. They're laughing at me. I say, oh, it's a cute little joke I had. So, travel nurses.
Yes.
Have y'all ever encountered a family with a special needs member, maybe a patient? They can travel, but they need assistance. Is it possible to hire a nurse on arrival to be with a particular, with a family member or a patient for the duration of their trip in the Bahamas?
scope.
Okay.
However, there are nurses that who actually works home care services that they could actually employed.
Dear
Yes.
young person, if you were trying to figure out what you were going to do in nursing,
Yeah.
that's a whole
a
sector
whole-
right there.
Yes, yes, there is the private sector, and people have reached out to the community clinics asking for, do y'all have this service? I said, no, that is a private thing. I would refer them to someone who does private nursing for what type of care. I would ask them what is wrong with the person and all of that, and then they would go from there. I would give them the number and tell them to reach out to the particular person
All
or
right.
the business.
I got a call. I'm coming to you in a second. Before we transition to the schedule of events for Nurses Month and what Nurses Month is, the theme, I just want to say to these young people and to the policymakers, we are desperately trying to move away from tourism and at the same time expand what tourism looks like. Have we considered an industry where we provide like hospice and end of life care for patients who want to have a different type of transit? Like I want to pass. If somebody said, "Look here, I want to pass on the beach. I want to be in a cabin, a small house with open windows, so I could see the water in my last days." And there is medical care, end of life care services available for them.
We do not have that in the government sector. There is some private entities that offer these types of care. I
Okay.
remember when I was checking into one, but apparently that place was closed and is now more of a cardiac
Yeah.
facility. But, people who have in heart surgery or
And we have a
something like that.
definite need for that.
Yeah,
Appreciate the
so,
prioritization
Yes,
of
they-
that service.
Most people take care of their sick loved ones. We are already a place that is with sun, sand, and sea. So that is not, I guess,
For the local,
right.
local
They,
market.
They would carry their loved one to the beach on their own. They just get a caretaker to take care of
Yes.
them and all of that.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
that's not a priority because that business apparently shut down and something else was started.
Yeah, I mean, cardiac issues
Yeah,
will
it's-
take priority over a sort of tourist project.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phone line, and then I need to hear about this event, Vitals and Vibes.
Okay.
Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, morning, Miss Green. And how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, for your nurses, right? In
Yes.
January 2025, there was a measles outbreak in Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is actually taking place in the U.S. now.
Uh-huh.
Quick question, right? Do we have any vaccines or measures in place just in case something that happened across there? Because, Miss Green, I don't know about you. You ever see the measles before?
Yeah,
0.000% chance. I don't want to get it.
yeah. I know.
I get kicked of those.
So, caller, Nurse Flowers here. Keep in mind that we have vaccines as children. You get vaccines. So one of them are on our vaccine schedule. So our kids would have already been gotten them, and you would have gotten them already. We call it
Yeah,
MMR.
but what about the adults?
Yeah, so we call it MMR. So it's a measles, mumps, and rubella. That's one vaccine in one. So you would have already gotten that as well. So what we do is we encourage herd immunity. We call that herd immunity. So we protect our community by continuing vaccinations. However, we are, as we always do, not just in COVID, we continue to monitor, and that's why my job here is to initially screen persons entering into the airport setting before they enter our borders. And once we see that, we then follow a trend to make sure we monitor the uptake in it to prevent.
Okay, quick question too, right? Just tell me, I ain't gonna tell no one else. Do you have any cases of that so far across there?
No,
You
sir,
can tell
not
me,
that
I
I.
can tell you.
No, sir, not that I know of. We won't hold that back from the public because we would then begin to see it. So prevention is definitely better than
Time out
cure.
now. Don't say you all ain't gonna hold it against the public. Because I remember COVID.
No, that's not
remember
what she
COVID.
was saying. No, what
Buddy,
she's saying
I
is
remember COVID.
because of
Boy,
the-
I remember COVID.
Thank you, caller. I think because of the nature of
Yes.
the
Yes.
disease, you have to talk about it because you have to prepare people.
Yes.
People are then and once they start talking, then we, the public, we obligated, like an army, right? Like
Yes.
an instruction. This is what you are required to do. And for people who were kind of like, I don't like instructions. That's plenty of us. Plenty of us. We don't like to be instructed to do anything, even if it's already in law, for those people, understand what the caller said. He said, I don't want to catch it.
Yeah.
For people
I
who say,
understand
I
the
don't
fear.
want to catch it, then that means, well, then do what you know you ought to do when you know you ought to do it, because your number one concern is you.
So that's why we say we make sure persons don't understand why we push vaccinations so much. And we push vaccinations from school. And once we catch it in the school, we call it herd immunity. So once we catch the general public, we then know that our person's percentile is protected in the community.
Good stuff. And I took my the last time I remember, maybe I remember is when I was in high school.
See?
I remember because a friend of mine was afraid of needles, and she ran a marathon.
Right.
She literally ran 26 miles through the school, avoiding the nurse. We didn't even know Nurse Key was a track star. She had to chase that student down. Okay. Nurses Month. When is Nurses Month?
Starting the month.
All right.
Yes, but we have 1 or 2 events that will happen before May. And guess what? Our biggest one, our major fundraiser is our Vitals and Vibes boat cruise. Okay, on the night shift.
Y'all don't mind the night shift part. There no nurses on duty except for the nurse on duty.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Dear man, don't come there looking for a wife talking about, nurse, you could
Amen.
attend to me, please? I need attendance.
Yeah.
Right? Because some people call nurses attendants.
Yes, that will be happening on April 12th. That's tomorrow.
Saturday night.
Tomorrow, Saturday night coming from 7. Please start getting on board. The boat leaves sharply at 8 p.m. So get there to get on board.
Now, where's the boat leaving from?
The boat is leaving from Potter's Key Dock.
Now, the western side or the eastern side?
That we're still confirming, but once you get there, you're looking for the President Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Now, is the President Taylor a wooden boat or a metal boat?
It's a metal-free boat.
I just check in. I check in because the wooden boats, like the wooden boats are prioritized for safety, right? So they
Yes.
go on the inside. The metal boats sort of go on
On
the
the
outside.
outside.
But so I know what I'm looking for. President Taylor, the party
President Taylor.
boat, Vitals and Vibes on the night shift boat cruise. You're looking for the name of the boat is President Taylor. You go into Potter's Key Dock. You get your tickets in advance. It's $20. If you wait till you get to the gate, it's going to be $25. And y'all don't slunk, because while we were waiting to come on air, these ladies got about 3 or 4 phone calls.
Yes.
I think from they heard Mr. Strawn say, I see the nurses. The people was calling, oh, yeah. Where's my ticket? Secure my ticket. I need my ticket. So call. Okay. Vitals and Vibes on the night shift. Food and drinks available?
Yes.
Okay. Good stuff. Good
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Who performing?
Perform. We have DJ. What that DJ
We have
name?
DJ Super Mario and Friends.
And
Let's go. And Friends.
this boy's bring all the
He bring all
party
the friends.
with him. Okay, it's gonna be a good time. And what time I need to be there?
You need to be there by 7 p.m. because boarding start at 7 and we set sail at 8.
Okay, y'all don't take long, and the boat returns to the harbor.
At 12 midnight.
All right, because
On the night
I
shift.
need my chariot to be there. I don't want to turn into a pumpkin on the boat. I at least want to sneak inside my. I getting dollop. Okay. It's going to be a good time. Contact information for tickets 432-8684. That's 432-8684 or 422-6813. 422-6813. Now, after the boat cruise, we have on Wednesday, the 30th of April, 2025, Community Service Day for Special Need Children of Nurses.
Yes.
Look how the community takes care, right? Because one thing, the question, what do nurses do to cope? I spent 3 days on a ward, and fortunately, I didn't have any electronic devices. I sleep the whole way through. And then when I wake up, scenes going on. Nurses are, when they're on shift, a 12-hour shift is like 24 hours of work.
Right.
So at some point, I'm going to ask, how y'all is unwind? What y'all is do? Is there a special bar or a special hangout? Y'all nurses could cook. Y'all have and sometimes food is the thing that makes the day better. Y'all have a special chef that is cook for y'all. Special chef like that. Cook for me and make me happy. Okay, on Friday the 2nd of May, health fair Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Yes.
9 to 5 p.m. That'll be on the Meeting Street
Yes.
compound. Thursday, the 8th of May, Disaster Expo, Ministry of Health and Wellness compound. I think that's going to be exciting. Is it possible for schools to organize field trips to these expos?
Anyone who can come to that will come. And guess what? Some schools will be participating.
Already?
And
Okay.
playing music, for the opening ceremony. There will be schools involved in that. And
All right.
bands, yes.
See, music in the Bahamas is like football in the United States
Yeah.
of America. Y'all think the NFL is the big game.
No.
You think collegiate football is the big game. You go down to Texas, Friday Night Lights. High school football is the biggest thing, right? In Texas. Same thing here. You think Johnny Cake and Shine and Julian Believe them, Iron Store, these by them bad,
You bad.
But the high school bands,
Come on.
they even better. Y'all young people doing it big. Okay, this is what I'm excited about. Monday, the 26th of May, Trivia and Game Night, Ministry of
Yes,
Health and Wellness.
yes.
Any prizes?
Oh, yes.
I just
we
want to
have
win warm it
prizes.
up.
And we're going to have a floating trophy donated by the Bahamas National Breastfeeding Association. So whoever goes off, whoever
the
wins
champion?
the most they will have the floating trophy and they will get trophies as well.
Guardian, Climate, we need to put together a team. We need to put together a team to go out and participate. I can work on that. Like I work on their nerves, I can work on that. Okay, Wednesday, the 28th of May, perhaps the most important.
Yes.
Nurses Appreciation Day and
Yes.
distribution of gifts.
We will be all of the government clinics and we will be distributing the gifts to the nurses, and the family islands will not be left out. We will ship their items to them on the boats that go to their islands.
Do Family Island nurses get hardship pay?
Yes,
of
they
course.
do.
Good
Yes.
stuff, good
Yes,
stuff,
they
good
do.
stuff. DJ Overdose. You see how you make red shirt rhythm for the people? See how you had 5 different Bahamian style of music on the vibe? I gonna need a whole Nurses Month anthology.
Come on.
Because I even forget the name of the break. He remember Night Nurse, a tribute to nurses. I don't know if we have a tribute to nurses. I know we have one song about one bad nurse. They couldn't find Carmen, Mahalia, or the bad nurse, right? I think she's down with the Bye Bye Sally Sue. But we need an anthology of Bahamian music celebrating nurses, because guess what? Everybody remember a nurse they love, someone who take care of them. And one thing about, you want to see a Bahamian man smile? Let a nurse smile at him. Let a nurse smile at him. He remember all this the warmth, right? Of love, of outpouring, of support. That's what they feel. Okay, Friday the 30th of May. Show, Ministry of Health and
Yes.
Wellness.
Yes.
Nurses gonna be, and medical staff
Yes.
gonna be performing.
Yes.
And other people
And other
can,
people, it's
can
open.
Yes, open for anybody to come and
So
be
it's
a
like an
part.
open
And
mic?
we will have judges judging that, and there will be prizes.
I got a group of young people right now. Some of them is go to Tuga, some of them is go to the
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Box open mic events. I have to round them all up. We're gonna have to do our event with y'all.
Yes.
Talent show. In fact, Vles performed this weekend with a crew of young talented Bahamians. We can try to bring them out. Now, Saturday, 31st of May, Family Fun Day, Ministry of
Oh,
Health and
wow.
Wellness compound.
Yes, this is going to be awesome. All of the clinics, all of the staff, them and their children will be invited to come down to the parking lot at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and they're going to have fun from 12 to 6 p.m. We're going to be feeding them. We're going to have games. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have everything for them. To show the staff, all of the staff, that we love them, especially the nurses and their children.
Show me you love me. Give me an adult bouncing castle.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we can have
We're gonna
that.
Yeah, bouncing castle for kids.
Yes.
Yes.
And the adults.
No, it's used. I don't want Minister Davil come back and say, listen, Miss Green, I don't know why you pressure that nice and saying you're having a bouncing castle for adults.
There's fun for all.
I could settle with
fun for all.
hoopla, I could settle with hoopla.
There will be a hoopla table.
Yes.
I'm glad for that. Okay, let's go through the dates one more time. Vitals and Vibes on the night shift boat cruise this Saturday, the 12th of April, 2025. Closing out the month of April, Wednesday, the 30th, Community Service Day for the special need children of nurses. Friday, the 2nd of May, Health Fair at Ministry of Health and Wellness. Disaster Expo is on the 8th of May. Trivia and game night starting at 6 p.m. on Monday, the 26th. Nurses Appreciation Day and distribution of gifts Wednesday, the 28th, which means that you need to get your gifts in by the 25th, the latest.
Yes.
And if you say, look here, come here and say, the Long Island Association in New Providence would like to donate gifts to Long Island, and then any of the islands that will accommodate Long Islanders.
Yes.
Like, oh, we were out on the boat, but we had to go to Cat Island because we were not close enough to Long Island. Let's send the gifts in. The talent show, Friday the 30th, and Family Fun Day, ending the month, Nurses
That's the
Month.
grand finale.
Right. And the theme for this year's Nursing Month is Our Nurses, Our Future. Caring for nurses strengthens economies. And then we talk about the community health nurse, the vast array of services that nurse provides and other nurses provide. And you can understand that nurses are an essential part of our economy.
That's right.
Right? Because a nurse is the difference between, okay, look here, go home, take some cough medicine. I need you to, when you go home, shower and go to bed. If you wake up, eat. If you don't eat in the morning, you'll be refreshed, as opposed to waiting 4 days until whatever you have takes over you completely and you miss a week of work.
One other spin on that, you are correct, but the next spin on that is if we allow our nurses to keep leaving our country, what happens is our economy will go down because our nurses are gone. They're going to have to find foreign nurses to replace us. Okay, and what's going to happen is the government is going to be spending plenty more money bringing in foreign people.
Right.
Okay, so we have to take care of our own. We have to treat our nurses well. They have to be well compensated. They must be, they have their insurances. They must have all the things they need to stay. They must have the equipment they need. They must have the staff treating them well, the people in management.
Yeah.
Everything has to be right if this is going to work.
And we need communities that understand why nurses are important, create a space for them and respect them. Like, they're young men. I know you working too. I know you guys go from school to the food store and wait.
Yes.
When you see the nurse come on the bus, maybe give her a seat.
Yeah.
Give her a seat.
Amen.
Because she working hard. I know you're mad at all women right now, from your mommy straight down. Mommy take the rent money. My girl want to know why I ain't buy her 17 things on the weekend. Then my cute little nieces and nephews always need something. We know you're mad all the time. We understand. Give the nice a seat, because we love them. Ladies, thank you for joining us today. I better see y'all on the Vitals and Vibes on the night shift boat cruise. I know they didn't tell y'all yet, but I providing the mermaids. I providing them, making it to the big time. I providing the mermaids for the Vital and Vibes on the night shift boat cruise, Saturday the 12th of April.
Yes.
President Taylor's boat, Porterski. Loading starts at 7.
Yes.
8:05, the boat could be gone. Shepherd Morn. Anyway, if y'all don't know that song, listen to that today. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. When we get back from the break, we have our final rundown for Carifta. Remember, next week is a short week. Friday is Good Friday. Only the nice is going to wake on Good Friday. So when we having our fun, we're going to take a moment to say thank you to those who work when we don't have to.
Yeah.
And that's the nicest. And the doctors.
Yeah.
But the nurses.
But the nurses.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
guys
you.
on the air, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Jackie, yeah, what you doing now? It seems like yesterday when we were working out. Jackie, oh, you set the world on fire.
Pinder is carrying a new line of tile, the Sky series of porcelain. Comes in 4 colors, Sky Noir, Sky Azure, Sky Gris, and this one, Sky Glance. In this particular tile, I think you'll find coin gray, silver gray, cloud gray, and gray. All of these are seamlessly blended to make the Sky Glance one beautiful tile. The Sky series of porcelain comes in 2 formats, 24 by 24 at $5.30 a square foot and 12 by 24 at $5.25 a square foot.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Good morning and welcome back to On the Clock with Erin Green. I have some very sad news to share before we move into our Carifta session. We have lost a treasure. I mean, we've lost an icon. We've lost a hell of a woman. Patricia Glinton McCollis, the Garland woman. Beloved mother, wife, author, historian, cultural icon, supporter, cheerleader, visionary, poet, writer, artist, troublemaker, revolutionary. Someone who, anytime they saw me, told me, keep it up, keep doing it. Keep their feet to the fire, keep cheering them on. Keep at it, keep at the hard work. We say condolences to the families and loved ones of Patricia McCollis Glinton. So I have joining me in studio now Mr. Sheldon Longley, and we're waiting for Mr. Stanley Mitchell to join us. Good morning, Mr. Longley.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning to you, good morning, mamas.
Good morning, good morning. Producer, Mr. Mitchell, just let me know that he's downstairs. If we could organize someone to bring him up. I've been trying to get Mr. Stanley Mitchell in studio again with Mr. Sheldon Longley for so long. It's Carifta time. We're going to walk through the athletics team selection, a rundown of the aquatics team for a moment. We are almost there. Next weekend, the dates are April 19th through the 21st in Trinidad and Tobago. The Aquatics Championships run from April 19th to the 23rd. The track and field from the 19th to the 21st.
Yes,
you can live stream details. Check Watch Athletics for live stream links, results, entry lists, and event schedules a few hours or one day before the event. So you can check Watch Athletics for schedules of live streams when you are ready. BAAA's ratifies 78-member team. 8th of April 25, following a very competitive Splice and Connect. B3A's Carifta Trials, the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, ratified a 78-member team that will represent the country at the region's premier junior track and field meet. So, 78. That's not the most we've sent. I think 80 is the highest, is the largest team we've sent.
Yeah, 80 is the limit. We did 80 a couple of years ago when it was held here at home.
Okay.
And I think it was one out of 2 occasions when we did 80. So 78 is just about as high as you could go.
All right. It's easy to do 80 when you're on your home soil.
Yes.
But to convince the powers that be that you need the money to send 78 students abroad, those 78 students must have shown extreme talent.
Yeah, I think this might be the largest travel crafted team that we've had.
All right.
We've had 80 here at home, but I don't know if we've had as much as 78 members traveling. So this might be the largest travel team that we've had heading to the Crafter Games, which
All
is
right.
both good for track and field development,
All right.
for junior track and field in the country, and going forward.
All right. I'm asking the producer if he could grab Mr. Mitchell for me and bring him upstairs. Okay, let's go. Let's call these students' names. Under 17 girls, Breon Ward, 100 meter, 200 meters. Tari Forbes, 100 meters long jump. Kiezra Thomas, 200 meters, 400 meters high jump. Jade Knowles, 800 meters, 1,500 meters. Jasmine Thompson, 100 meter hurdles. Pending fitness, what does that mean?
She came into the Crafter trials a little banged up. I think it was a hamstring injury.
Okay.
You know, she didn't compete at the high school nationals, and she wasn't the same that she has been all season.
But she qualified.
She didn't qualify. She's close to the qualifying standard.
Okay.
But she was able to reach the fourth place standard in the region, which is like a B qualifying standard for our Crafter athletes.
Okay, I understand.
So she was named to the team on that premise.
All right. Jayla Smith, 100 meter hurdles. Samaya Crawley, 400 meter hurdles. Danica Gittins, 400 meter hurdles. Alexandria Komalafi, high jump. Jose Johnson, long jump, triple jump. Dallas Strawn, triple jump. Anae Smith, shot put. Tajane. Okay, thank you very much. Tajane Green, discus. Kelly DeVoe, javelin.
Keely DeVoe.
Keely DeVoe. Darren Rogers, relay pool. Brianna Boodle, relay pool. And DeVay Farrington, relay pool.
Yes.
Under 20 girls, Shatalia Dorset, 100 meters, 200 meters. Jemiah Nabi, 200 meters, 400 meters, high jump. Alexis Roberts, 400 meters. Akari Roberts, 800 meters. Erin Barr, 1,500 meters. Bailey Major, 100 meter hurdles, long jump, and the triple jump. Dominique Givety.
Dominic Dean.
Oh, my bad. I skipped a line. 100 meter hurdles, 400 meter hurdles. Kimari, Hannah, 400 meter hurdles. Coy Adley,
Yes.
high jump, long jump. Gerlin Givety,
Yes.
long jump. Anaya Roll, pole vault. Jada Ferguson, pole vault. Anae Mackey, shot put discus. Terrell McCoy, shot put. Tasha Stubbs, javelin. Diore Scott, javelin. Aaliyah Evans, heptathlon. I like to see that. Kylie Wallace, relay pool. Kaylee Davis, relay pool. And Micaiah Hitchman, relay pool.
Yes.
Can you start with the under 17 boys for me?
All right, under 17 boys, we have Jamal Deloach, 100 meters. Jamari Moss, 100 meters. Egan Neely, that's the name to watch out for. 200 meters, 400 meters. Jonathan, Katie Thompson, 800 meters. Kaiden Thurston, 1,500 meters. Jacario Wilson, that's another name to look out for. 110 meter hurdles, 400 meter hurdles. Roman Roll, 110 meter hurdles. Obadiah Sherazar, high jump. Ainsworth Ferguson, long jump, high jump. Taryn Beckles, long jump. Lindavian Storr, triple jump. Cameljo Woodside, shot put discus. David Douglas, shot put. Caden Kemp, discus. Akeel Williams, javelin. Wyatt Cartwright, javelin. Cameron Henfield, octathlon. Christoph Monroe, octathlon. Jaira Woodside, relay pool. And Zion Bradford, relay pool. That's
Awesome.
under 17 boys.
Under 20 boys, Aiden Kelly, 100 meters. Ishmael Roll, 100 meters. Zion Miller, 400 meters. Zion Shepard, 400 meters, pending fitness. What happened to Zion?
He too got a little banged up at the trials. I'm not sure exactly what the injury was, but he seems to be all right. I spoke to his coach.
I mean, y'all rub some conch on it?
Well, he qualified in the 400 meters at the trials. It was in the 200 meters when he was coming around the bend when it seemed like he might have pulled a cramp or something like that.
Strain something, maybe. Put
Yes.
some conch on it, sir, young man.
But he's a qualifier. He's a qualifier in the 400 meters.
All right, Ross Martin, 1,500 and 5,000 meters. 5,000 is long distance, 1,500 is middle distance, right?
Well, both of them are long distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's middle distance, 800?
800. yeah.
Okay.
Well, 1,500 could be considered middle distance as well, I guess.
Jaheel Schmeichel?
Yes.
This is a cool name. 110 hurdles. Taj Brown, 110 hurdles. Zion Davis, 400 meter hurdles. Morgan Moss, 400 meter hurdles. Joshua Williams, high jump, long jump. Claudius Burrows, high jump. Kenny Moxie Jr., pole vault and archer, triple jump. Ethan North, javelin. Nathaniel Smith, decathlon. Excited to see that as well. Now, Najee McBride, relay pool, Everett Frazier, relay pool, Quinton Gordon Jr., relay pool, and Emmanuel Adams, relay pool. Now, somebody here texted me and said these names sound like children and, that's you, Mr. Mitchell. No, I'm not going to ask them that. We don't care. We don't care at all, Texter. The head coach of the team is Derek Wells, assisted by Bernard Newbold for sprints, Chriselle Roll for sprints hurdles, Alexis Roberts middle distance, James Roll jumps, Kyle Higgs throws, and Kenny Moxie pole vault. Team manager Lakita Charlton, and assisted by Sophia Higgs. I get called the names.
And Jacqueline Roll as well.
Oh, and Jacqueline Roll. Awesome. The team is traveling on the 17th?
Traveling on the 17th. They leave 8 o'clock Thursday morning, first thing Thursday morning, and they come back on the 22nd.
All right, so that gives them 2 days, roughly a day and a half to warm up, settle in.
Yes, about a day
Get
and a half.
ready. Mr. Mitchell, when you was running track, you all used to just run the rubber conch on the cramp and fix it up?
Yeah, even salt water.
This is what I was about to say. See, y'all thought I was joking with the conch, but it's the salt imbalance, to quickly reset the body.
That's right.
That's what I was thinking about right there. Okay, there's a lot of field events here. With the new focus on field events, are we seeing it pay off? I know we have a field-specific training club now, right? At least one?
We have many.
Just field-specific?
Yeah, we have throwing clubs. We have pole vault clubs. So, yeah, there are quite a few.
But to answer your question,
Yes.
it's showing. In fact, I came just to say this is the best Carifta trials that I've been to in a long, long, long time. And all these children are fighters. They fought for their spot, and they deserve their spot. And I just want to tell them, go out there and do your best.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm excited. That's why I had to call their name, because I've seen them all year in the news, right? And then I read that article, artery between the Zions, right?
That's a 4x4 team.
And then that's my next question: are we beginning a return to 400-meter champions? Is this like we didn't know what it was the first time we saw it, but now that we know it's possible, we've seen the end results. Is this the beginning of the building of another dynasty?
I think so. And it's not just on the under 20 side. As a matter of fact, I think the under 17 boys might even fare better than the under 20 boys, because we have about 4 or 5 guys running like 48 points, and Egan Neely is running 47 for the under 17 boys, and that's outstanding. So they could do some amazing things, right?
All right.
At the trials we had, I think 4 of them go under 49 seconds. So they're going to be blazing.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That is absolutely fast.
If we could just keep them together through the next 5 years, you'll have that dynasty back.
All right. So listen, this is the technical part here that I love, right? Because what are the elements that we need so that they can continue their training, right, but maintain the cohesion of this potential team in the future? Are they all going off to No, there's only one of the runners. This is their last year at Carifta, right? 3 of the 400-meter boys, they're going to still be competing at the Carifta level. How are we going to keep the first one out still tied to the tribe?
Well, out of the 4, I think it's Zion Shepard is the only one Zion Miller, was the only one in this last year of eligibility.
Okay.
The 4 I'm talking about the 3 Zions and Aiden Kelly. Right?
All right.
That will likely make up the under 20 boy 4x4 team for Carifta. All 4 of them have qualified. All 4 of them have run under 48 seconds, 47 point. Right? 2 of them have run under 47 seconds. That's Zion Miller and Zion Shepard. Right? I'm a little concerned about Zion Shepard's injury, but his coach assured me that he's going to be okay. So they're going to challenge Jamaica for that gold medal in that 4x4.
All right. Because here's what I'm thinking, right? Like, it to me, as a novice on the outside, even a novice on the outside, do Bahamians realize that this is where the journey to the Olympics starts? I think Jamaicans realize that. They understand that, and they put that energy in on the technical side and on the spectator support side, right? That the Jamaicans know that this is the beginning of an Olympic career right here. Is it because of the lack of facilities for training we are unable to maintain that energy? Because we got Bahamian runners who go to Jamaica to train, but do Jamaicans come to the Bahamas to train? Do we have that same high level training? I know we have the capacity, but does it exist? Because it's not just the trainers and the athletes, it's also the environment in which they're doing this that pulls it all together.
I better answer that because he belongs to the beach race and he has to be positive. We don't have it. And what you're saying, it will be the groundswell. If we did have it, then we'd have everything. Jamaica made a conscious decision some years ago that the athletes don't go to the U.S. or anywhere else, train at home, and they would do the job that we have to do the same thing. The distractions of just being in a new city in a college with 60,000, 30,000 children is awesome. But the boys will keep themselves together if they're guided. They'll keep looking at the one in college and he'll come back and work with it. It can be done on every level. And we have the coaches now at the level that got them here. So we can't discount that. And we just need to keep it together.
Right, like I'm for a sports czar. I'm for appointing an individual who can create a team around themselves to do just that. Like I feel so bad now, Mr. Mitchell. The gentleman that we talked about a few months ago who passed away, is it Keith Parker?
He passed, yeah.
Yeah, Keith Parker, who had this innate ability to identify the environment needed for that talent
to grow.
Yeah, we need. I'll put money on that. I'll find a space in the budget for that because we have so much talent. That's not the problem.
We ain't got much time. Let's start with a ministry of just sports.
Yeah.
And let the
youth and culture
go under something else. Let's concentrate on this. Then let's get the requisite people in those ministries to work with the federation to make it. This can be done in 3 years. We can be beating Jamaica. The plan is there. The people know it. But like you said, everything has to come together to make it happen. And I'm happy to see that the coaches have stepped up and brought these children to this level.
Right, they do it.
I'm not just talking about trying to get on a team. They fought for their positions, and I enjoyed it all.
I just to make a note, Sheldon, just go through the qualifying procedure for us. I know that you could hit a qualifying time throughout the season, but you still need to compete at the Carifta trials for selection. But there are instances where someone who did not compete at the Carifta trials may be selected for a team?
That is correct. That's correct. What we do at the beginning of the season, we come up with our qualifying standards, right? And that is done in conjunction with the coaches committee. They devise a system to create these times and distances that will be good enough to get our athletes qualified to go to Carifta. This year, it was based on the fourth place of the past 3 Carifta games.
Okay.
Right? So automatically, if you make the standard, you're going to be competitive.
Okay.
Right? And what we do, if we have events after the trials where athletes have not qualified, we would go to the 4th place standard in the region.
Okay.
Right? And they're able to meet that mark, they would be selected. And in that situation, it's just one athlete.
Okay.
What we also did to help our athletes, a lot of our times this season in the sprint events were needed, right? Adverse wind conditions. So there was a meeting with the coaches where they devised another strategy where, okay, we would have a conversion in place, use the internationally recognized calendar for converting adverse wind conditions to regular time.
Okay.
Right? So if they were to qualify under those conditions, they would be selected.
Okay.
Right? And having done that, about 90% of the team qualified.
Okay.
Right? So it's going to be a very strong team going into Trinidad.
I think there was one athlete who was away who couldn't come.
There are exemptions. Exemptions are in place, right? If you cannot make it for one reason or the next, you're granted an exemption based on the reason, of course. And
Because
then,
you think Corinne Mitchell was going to let me come home from university to go compete in one run race?
Well, stop. I see you got your sport regular thing porking.
Yes.
Some fellas trying to teeth your idea, say it was their idea in the first place, but porking started right here, right?
Well, I tell them, I hope so. I hope so. I want to say good morning to Dr. Anselino Davis, right? That started, listen, sometimes I don't like you all at all. I go into the first trials, my shoulder say, Miss, you forget, you 35, but this shoulder is 52.
yeah.
Oh, I did pork though. Oh, I did pork.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you, producer. We are all out of time. But one thing this showed me today, P3A is y'all don't have your own television show, eh?
We need one.
Y'all don't have a radio show.
Whatever it takes to whatever it takes to promote athletics more in the country, we'll take that.
And not just to promote it, but as a part of this environment that will propel our success.
That's where we miss Auckland.
The young people, they need to hear people talking track and field every day so they could put in their little earphones while they washing their dishes and, doing their thing. They could hear it, inundated with it. Yeah, man. Mr. Mitchell?
Well, I want to tell people I have a channel right now on something called www.rebeltv.me. If you go there, you can sign up and then subscribe, and you'll be able to see a lot of things that have happened in the past that I've done, documentaries, reels, and everything.
Right, and for my other sports people, this is a space where you can begin uploading your documentation of track and field, your work, your athletes' works. Let's take advantage of these elements so that we could build a stronger environment. And also, let us take a moment today to remember Patricia Glinton McColis. I'm holding a copy of her book, Luska and Other Fantastic Tales, in my hand. And they're part of the giveaway for the people who won prizes yesterday. Everybody's going to get a copy of the book along with this. We say, Patty, rest in peace. The flame burns eternally. You guys have a good day. Guardian Radio AM with C.A. Nuri is up next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.